got a couple of things that
Okay.
I can.
Oh, hello, Joven. Oh, and muted.
Hello.
And not muted. Hi.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now, how? I'll let
ahead.
you go first. You're
No,
better
you
than
go
me.
ahead.
I was just ask, how'd you feel about that tournament? You played really well. Looks of it.
And yeah, I think I played well.
Okay. Yeah.
So you
All right.
have a question. Go. What's your question for him?
Oh yeah. I was looking on Battlefight, and you had one game loss to Maxim, and I was curious. What happened in that game?
It was X Garden, and I had a good opener. I mean, a decent opener. Koho isn't the best, but then my turn to hand was awful. Like the
Oh,
Entatech and Ink Mine and Sprinkler, and like Neo Splash, Neo Stamper.
okay. I was just curious because like I hadn't really heard of Maxim before, but he took a game off you, which is like that's more than most people can do, honestly. So
I mean, yeah, he played well as well. Like,
yeah.
I've got a couple of things that I set up as well for you. So, I know from what I've been told that there is like experimentation to develop and further refine X Marks the Garden, so it's not the Dynamo Roller Walls everything Lamal. Now I build my deck. You had a checkered deck that you brought into one of the earlier games. Can you talk about your thoughts on that deck?
it's a glass cannon deck.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
I mean, it has really bad defense because every opener except Koho, I mean, Ouroboros, they're pretty vulnerable. But like, it has a lot of big, and also it's just nice to not be jack loaded, because you maybe don't know what jack loaded is, but that deck has like at least 2 cards for every combo piece. So you can do your combos pretty early, and you don't have to like wait for one skill card that just never comes in your hand.
Yeah, so you have a lot of
That's it,
flexibility in what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So while the tournament was going on, I know Dr. Potato was pointing out that you have some relatively popular meta-y decks that like are utilized by a lot of people, or like they're recognizable enough that like they see a few
The
cards.
Thunderpoint deck.
Yeah, what do you call your decks? We want to know the name of some of these decks so that I mean, I'm not going to remember them, but like the community can know, and maybe they can start getting titles aside from Jelly or Boris Big Man deck.
Okay. You forgot
I usually either just like the map name, but I put it in Swedish because it's funny, like Punkt instead of Thunderpoint. Sometimes it has an additional thing, like maybe aggro or the name of the person who made the deck, something like that.
That's fair. So you don't have funny names. Okay, that's unfortunate.
No, I'm not like Jack, who just has deck number 9 on everything.
If you were to give it a name, as you are a creator of the deck, what would you name it?
We're talking about your Gemini deck with your Jelly Gemini deck.
Yeah, I just named that Kaki Gemini because Kaki is the person who made that deck. Yeah. So
Kaki Boris.
Are they a JP player?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That explains why I've never heard of him. Yeah, I wish there was more.
He really likes the Jelly and Big Man and Ouroboros stuff.
Fair. One last thing I kind of just want to get your feelings on. So, one of your games, was immediately after like one game, you went back in and did the run back, and you both played the exact same 3 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how Pinon always gets that combo every time.
Yeah, he got really lucky with it. And it's
I'm like, yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna open with Big Man 1 because then my Shellandoni can actually prevent that turn 2. But I didn't open with Big Man 1, so I couldn't do anything about it. I knew it was coming, but like, I just can't
it's
do anything.
crazy.
All right, and before I let you off, you've dealt with me enough times that you should know what's coming next, and I hope you've done your homework because it's time for you to give us a fun fact about your OC.
Okay. So I haven't told anyone this.
You've done all this deck building, and yet you don't have another fun fact.
Yeah, I have. I haven't told anyone else about this earlier, but her name is Åsa.
What is it?
Åsa.
Ooh. How do you spell that?
I can put it in event chat.
Okay. I want to see that. Ooh, that's a cool name. What does it mean?
It's just a name. It doesn't. I don't know what it means.
It doesn't have oh, okay. Yeah, well, I think it's a fantastic name. I'm gonna look that up to see if it reads anything right now. Cause let's see what happens. What happens? Oh no! Oh, it's a Nordic name. It does have meaning. That's cool.
I mean, it's a normal.
It's a people name.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations again on first place.
Wait! I just want to talk about that. You know, guys know that Tentatek I did in that Thunderpoint match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please do.
That was awesome. I really was. I didn't remember if you had Small Fry or Splat Bomb, so I was like thinking.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if that was a read or just you were guessing.
I kind of knew he had Small Fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I wasn't sure about it.
You could only do that because you lost the previous Thunderpoint game.
Beautiful. But yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on being so good at this card game that everybody wants to beat you, but nobody truly can.
Thanks.
Best of luck in future events, and I'll see you another time.
Bye.
Rest assured, we will see him in the first place interview again.
And I look forward to learning more about.
Did he pronounce it Osa?
Osa. I'm wanting to look up just to make sure I pronounce it properly.
Alright. Yeah, you want me to tell Pinon they can join?
Yes, please, because now I've fixated on this name.
Put it through Google Translate, see what that says. How they say it's pronounced.
The first video I'm saying, it says Isa. I don't think that's what he said. I don't think that's right though. Like these are all just ASA without the accent.
Hey, it's
Hey!
Congratulations on winning, if you count the bye, 8 losers sets in a row. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is the loser sweep.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you got the 3-0 run back with cookies too. It's an insane run. Congratulations, man. Yeah,
So,
how I'll let you give your thoughts.
so I bet you're probably wondering about the Snatcher, huh?
I still think you deserved to lose that last game. Just saying.
No, that
So,
was the
I think the
sickest
biggest
combo
mistake-
ever. You deserve to win it.
I think the biggest mistake in that was actually the Tri-Slosher. Using a special there when it didn't actually give me any
Yes,
extra points, I think was the biggest mistake.
Mhm.
that
So,
did end up sealing your coffin.
because I was one short. Also, in this X Garden deck, I know what 14 of the 15 cards I want in there are. I have no idea what I'm doing with Ballpoint Nouveau, and so I'm probably going to make it double 312 for the
Yeah,
next event.
I was so upset when I saw you didn't have that second 312. I was like, damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that card.
Still,
I had the left side of the map completely saved for something, and then Joven started breaking in, and I'm just like, I have to sack the Inkjet. So
yeah. See, my headcanon is that Snatcher snatched your other 312, and that's why you lost. Because Snatcher
no,
is
that's
just
that's
that bad of a
Ballpoint
card.
Nouveau that snatched it
Yeah,
because I
like,
replaced
No.
it.
like it felt like whenever I saw you playing with ballpoint, it always felt like you didn't know where to put it.
It was V-Ball Point
Yeah.
was fine. It was just the Nouveau.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ballpoint works with the Harmony Opener, which I'm surprised like hasn't been thought of more because it pokes out and stops like Dynamo.
That I really did not like seeing that opener because it's the problem with it is it leaves you so vulnerable, and your second move is always ridiculously obvious. Like,
Oh yeah,
you're
but like it worked though. Like it tied
I-
the first set.
That is
And
true.
then-
your win
That
rate
is a
with it
fair
is exactly
point.
50%.
I guess it's even though it's obvious, it's like, what are you going to do to stop it? I
Yeah.
guess.
Like I get that.
you-
Like it looks bad, and we both didn't like it, but that is actually a good point. And like, yeah, it looks bad, but also, no, like you. It worked. It did ultimately work when you played to its strengths. Like you were able to do some good stuff, and
Yeah,
Well, that's
And so-
fair.
that's kind of my little thing. I'm probably not gonna ever change this X Garden deck, which might be a bad idea, but oh well. I like it too much.
I mean, at least put a get the another 312
Yeah,
in
I'm-
there.
Double 312 will definitely do, but I'm probably not taking out Harmony or Snatcher or anything weird like that.
I mean, it was so
Given that's what
satisfying
the
to
cards
watch
are-
that 312.
The deck's based on. I
Or
think you
that.
should make a whole new deck. Just saying, but it's up to you.
It was super satisfying to watch you build that super snatcher combo.
Yes. I saw it in my hand, and I knew I had to do it.
It was hilarious. It was even funnier because Doc was reeling as I was pointing it out. Like I'm like, oh, the combo's coming. He's like, no.
Dude, if Joven went in and stopped the combo, I would have just left.
I
Just
I think I think you should have, even though you didn't, because playing Snatcher is just that bad.
dude, I have so many highlights of me playing Snatcher. Oh man.
Oh, that right. I need to. What was that?
It's
other
it's
clip?
it's
Yeah.
really not that bad. It's a sprinkler and a splat bomb in one.
Yeah. Okay, it's a 6 cost, which is the worst size in the game. It's
Okay.
and it's a really awkward shape. You cannot free flow it at all. Every card works in base combos. So what?
That's fair. Well, there is that one one time I did find it, in the middle of a board in a Bora Boris that someone else played. It works
Whoa,
there.
you found a card one time.
True.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep this conversation going now.
Go ahead.
So there's a couple of things. I mean, let's since we were kind of playing around with it. Let's take an actual serious take at it. What makes you like to play with the Snatcher? Why do you use it?
I think it's kind of just committing to the bit. I found it for a base combo in like one of the ways it could work. And then I realized, wait, this works with like the Fry Captain as well, for X Garden. And then I realized I can make this work with Dynamo Roller too. And so it kind of just stuck with it.
Fair.
So
I have a
Yeah.
few other things that I can poke you with. There was one moment in a game where it looked like the game was pretty much over, and then because of a combo Joven did, plus what you did, you gained 4 special, and all of a sudden you can drop a Fry on the board.
Yeah.
How did you feel about
Yeah.
that? Like, what went on in your head in that moment?
it's kind of just like, I'll take it. I wasn't expecting, obviously, to be able to play down large cards. Like, I don't necessarily bet on my opponents activating specials for me unless it's the only way I'm going to win. So, but yeah, if your opponent activates the specials for you, you just got to run with it and take it.
Yeah, and that
Yep.
led to a draw.
Yeah.
Another thing to note is like, so in your games with DBL cookies, your first game,
Yes.
you lost by a single point. The second game, you ended up winning, and then the third game was essentially you won by like 2, basically a single point. Like you reversed it. What did you kind of do differently compared to like I could ask you how you felt about that, but like simply put, you probably felt amazing. What did you do to turn what was a 3-0 against you into a 3-0 for you?
So I want to say it's like I kind of got luckier.
You know what, fair.
In my,
So you're saying you
You-
skilled him?
so I just want to point this out. If Double Cookies were here, he'd be able to respond with me on this. The X Garden game we played was so terrible. Nobody had any card above size 10 for the first 3 draws. So it was just an incredibly scuffed game completely throughout in the first set. And so part of it is I kind of just got luckier. And I guess I also picked stronger maps as well.
Yeah. I mean,
On the topic of that,
oh,
real
go ahead.
quick, I just want to bring up the X Guard, or not X Guard, Double Gemini. I have not used that deck ever. I threw it together literally 5 minutes before
I mean-
the tournament began. Actually, I made it after I lost to Double Cookies in the first set, and I'm like, just in downtime, I made it and finished it there. And then it turns out to win both my games.
Yeah, it's one card off of a deck that Joven uses a lot, so it's
Is it?
clearly
I guess I did kind of take inspiration because like I normally use Callie and Marie, but I play them facing each other, so their combos activate off of each other. Probably like the one time you saw in Thunderpoint where I did that.
yeah.
And so I remember like Joven said like you can make them face outwards and they combo with like Slosher or YouTuber or Tentobrella or something like that. And so from there I just kind of threw it all together.
Yeah.
I
I mean, hey, it works.
it works, I guess.
But yeah, I do have other things, but they're mostly like, oh hey, remember when you had a bad hand and then DC'd and then you actually got to have a good hand
Yo,
and then all of a sudden the
okay,
game went well.
I need to say this. I could make that hand work, okay? The Mudmouth I played there not only gave me a spot for L3 Nozzlenose to activate special point, it also gave a spot for Fizzy Bomb, obviously. Like I
Fair.
was cooking with that, okay?
Fair.
I was fine playing that game.
You were cooking, but it was rough.
You were fine
I
cooking,
guess.
but
I guess.
you were fine cooking, but getting the hand you did in after the reset didn't hurt.
True. I am glad I got the hand I did on the second one.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane.
But yeah,
And just being able to almost suffocating N as the board developed, just kind of keeping them in their spawn. Yeah.
But yeah, with all of that said and done, I do have one last question, and I'm sure you've paid attention enough that you might be ready for this question. Give me a
All right.
fun fact about one of your OC or OCs.
All right. So, I actually haven't paid attention to this, so
Disappointed in you.
disappointed.
Gotta watch the stream more.
we're into this. Let's see. What's something I can say that like actually makes sense and that people would understand?
Look, it doesn't have to make sense. I could tell you that my OC is Inktoline that has that all is infected by the fuzzy ooze, and I guess that makes sense. But it's also like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So give us whatever you want to share as a fact. Like, introduce your character, something that you think's really cool about one of your characters, a war crime they committed, whatever you want.
Using Snatcher, how about that for you, Potato?
All right, see you guys. I'm headed out. Bye.
So, I guess the one thing I can say is that I've changed outfits at least 7 times.
That's
I
have
hope you
no
change outfits like
consistency.
today.
that's adorable. I applaud this. Good for you. Good for your OC.
Like-
that they have so many styles.
Like everything, I have like seven different sets that I use, and I have no clue what to go with. So
it just means,
I'll be indecisive about that.
it means just that your Splatoon OC is very fashionable.
Fair enough. I'll take it.
Alright. And we'll take that as the end of this tournament. Thank you all so much for... Did you like that? Did you like that segue? Sorry, I got distracted. I'm over. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, because this isn't the only thing. There's more other Table Turf tournaments that happen here. Just join the server. Get in touch with the community to learn more. Maybe enter an event or two yourself. You might have fun. Who knows? But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will all see you next time. Ciao!